Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your May 16th to the 31st, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they'll all be listed and linked in the description box below. And if you want to help this channel grow and keep everything going, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out, so thank you so much. All right, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Capricorn. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Capricorn. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay. So think of this layout as a tree. You have the branches here, you have the trunk here, also with the roots, and the left-hand side is the inner self, the middle is the heart, the emotional self, the right-hand side, the public arena, and the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Hanged Man, and we have the Three of Pentacles in our inner self. In our heart, we have Justice, and we have the Sun, which is absolutely beautiful. Justice also represents Libra energy. September 23rd to October 22nd is the time frame. Then we have the Five of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So we are a student here, but we're learning from a lot of arguments that we have had, angers, despairs, heartbreaks, and pains. Also, battles that we have fought or that we are fighting that we just didn't anticipate having to be a part of our lives. We have the Five of Cups at our root, along with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But it's also a sense of I rule my life, period, end of discussion. And it's changing our minds to change our lives and taking control of our lives again. And that's what we're doing because our heart is leading us to more. And that is going to be something that's really quite powerful for who we are and where we want to be. So let's look at our chakra energy. Capricorn, May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Capricorn. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So this is the solar plexus chakra, and we have personal power right here. This is what we're moving towards. We're moving towards personal power, personal distinction, this force, this sense of coming out of a rut, of gaining back what we have worked so hard for, of saying that, yes, I see things differently, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Feeling empowered, feeling emboldened, just because somebody said something or just because we know we have areas that we have to work on, not being felt put in the dumpster because of it, not feeling like, oh my gosh, this is an area I have to work on, so I'll never be able to get what I want from life, because I'm not perfect now, and when will I ever be? Perfect never exists. And it's also being in love with ourselves. That sounds so corny to say, but it's so important. Power comes from not hating who we are. And power comes from looking at ourselves and saying, this is who I am, and I love me. I accept me. And I'm guided forward by my dreams, my aspirations, and my desires. And it moves us to the energy we need to be mindful of. The energy we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Capricorn needs to be mindful of? May 16th to 31st, 2021, Capricorn. What is the energy that Capricorn needs to be mindful of? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. It's the Death card. Is the energy, this is energy right now, and this is what I'm really seeing, of somebody who works in the shadows, who is a bit cruel. Now, this is Scorpio energy, October 23rd to November 21st, and this is not saying that all Scorpios are like this or that Scorpios are like this. This is the energy that Spirit is showing through this card. And it's just like somebody who is a bit toxic. And even if they're saying, oh, well, I'm just trying to help you, but they're being toxic about it, it's not necessarily helping. And it doesn't mean that we have to handle people with kid gloves, or that we have to be handled with kid gloves. What it means is that there's deeper knowledge that is revealed. The Death card is the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. It is about transformation. Now, this is either embracing a transformation and saying, I am becoming more than what I had anticipated being, or this is saying, either you see it just as it is, or there's no hope for you whatsoever. And that type of transformation, that's just not cool, okay? So just be mindful of that, Capricorn. Really, really seriously, be mindful of that. There's a need for compassion within the world, and people might say, oh, there's too much compassion, and you have to go out and enter the real world and hit the bumps in the road. Yeah, of course you do. Nobody here hasn't been smacked in the teeth before. And that's why we have at our roots the Five of Cups, change our mind, change our life, because we're beating ourselves up time and time again. And this is for our success, for our prosperity. And as Capricorns, we want success and prosperity. We want a steady, beautiful foundation for which to build off of, for which to be inspired from, for which to, grow our lives. And you can say, okay, Dane, but everybody does. Yes, but not everybody needs it the same way that Capricorn needs it. Okay, so we need it in this way that gives us tangible things, tangible realizations, understandings, things to build off of, things to be empowered with. When we change our mind and we start to change our life, we start to call forward healing, beautiful love. We start to come into union with ourselves. We start to see beauty guiding us forward. We start to see inspiration, opening up the doors. And that's what leads us to turning away from the pain and the hurt and the disappointment and saying, yes, this has been part of my story. Find me a person who pain hasn't been. But we turn away. We turn our heads away. And we say, now it's time for me to focus on me, on my blessings, on my desires, on what I need, on what I want, on where I want to be within my life. We're in the middle of the water. We're in the middle of our emotions. Now you can say the king of water is in the middle of water because he's the king of water, the king of cups. Okay, sure. But he's also in the middle of his element, because that is the place where you can be completely alone. You have ships coming out, but could you imagine this person sitting on a throne and a ship coming up to him? How much it would dwarf him, how dangerous it would be. He knows that he rules only himself, and he is not accessible to others. This is one of the reasons that our personal power, comes forward, that our, solar plexus chakra comes up. We are looking to be in power with ourselves, to be emboldened with what we desire. We're looking to embrace prosperity and success and abundance, and to open up the door to us, to where we need to be, to who we are, to what we're looking for, and to say, this is me. This is what I want, this is what I need, and this is who I am. And as we do this, as we drink from our cups of our own inspiration, as we understand that every single story, whether you read it in a book or you watch it on television or in the movie theater, they have trials and tribulations. a story that is so saccharine sweet, that it's just lollipops and sunshine and puppy dogs all the time, it has no substance to it. People aren't drawn to it. We're drawn to the suffering, the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, the nitty and the gritty, because we can see life in it and how to work things out in different ways than we ourselves had realized, or our own struggles mirrored in the world. And then it brings us to our inner selves. We're seeing things differently. This is not a time to see things the same way. Change your mind and change your life. Change the whole entire arena that we're moving forward in. The hangman feels guilty. The hangman says, I don't see things like everybody else. I must be wrong. Why? Because we're working with others and they don't see things the way that we do. We're looking at something and saying, well, why can't you see this? Why can't you understand this? It's taking credit where credit is due. It's saying, this is my power, this is my purpose, this is what I've done, and this is what's important. The hangman looks at things differently and doesn't say, I'm wrong for seeing things differently. Says, I'm inspired. I'm inspired because I'm not like everybody else. Because I can look at a situation and come up with a different answer, a different solution, a different way forward. And that's powerful. As we work with others, do not let your voice be drowned out by somebody else. And do not let them claim greater credit than they deserve, or to kind of whitewash you out, kind of paint over what you have done and said, oh, look, that's me. That's me. It's what I've done. No, that's not right. And quite frankly, that's not fair. It moves us to justice. In our hearts, we need justice. Now, justice always confused me because it's like, okay, I need justice, white page, black print, the letter of the law. No, it's not that. It's discernment. I need to be discerning with the energy that I am letting into my life. The best way that Spirit showed this to me is Spirit saying, if you left the doors in your house open and you just walked out, and you went away for a couple of hours and you came back and your stuff was stolen, should you be surprised? No, because you left all the doors open and either, people came in, stole your stuff, animals came in, wrecked your stuff. So why are we surprised when we leave the door open emotionally to ourselves, our energy fields open, and then are surprised that people take advantage, surprised that people rob us, surprised that people use us? This is being discerning. This is being just to ourselves. And it doesn't matter if it's being a bit rude to somebody else. Why do other people get to count more than we do? Why do we get to sacrifice ourselves for what they want? There's power in who we are. It's time to hold to that power and say, if I am a warrior, if I am a builder, if I am, a powerful person, why don't I get to claim that power? And that starts to be the sun moments coming in. It's like there's celebration and there's joy and there's beauty and there's success and there's this sense of almost a reset button. It's like, this is everything that I wanted to celebrate, that I needed to celebrate, that gets to be a part of me, that inspires me, that emboldens me, that moves me forward. And I get to rejoice in it. Because I'm being just. I'm being fair. I'm being the counsel that I need. And we might need a touchstone during this time. We might need somebody, and we definitely always do need somebody, to say, okay, how am I doing this? Like, how am I doing? How am I moving forward? How am I being inspired? How am I not being inspired? This person that we trust. It can be a family member. It can be a partner. It can be a friend. It can be journaling. It can be, connecting with divinity through meditation. So that's going to be really important for our hearts, because we need our hearts to grow in love, because we ourselves need to grow in love for who we are, to let the light shine through, to let the light shine as part of us and as emboldened aspects of us. And when people see this, they're going to want to put out the light. That's just what people do. Why do you get to shine and I don't? Why do you get to be successful and I'm not? Why do you get to be happy and I'm not? Okay, that's what people are. People are petty. We're petty people. We we look at things and it's kind of like going online or going somewhere and saying, what's the best-selling object, so I can tell if I want it like everybody else wants it or not. Not, oh, what fits me best? What do I think is the prettiest? It's like, no, what do the most people want? And that's what we're coming up against here in the public arena. We're coming up against arguments for the sake of arguments, fights for the sake of fights. At work, this is office politics, this is gossip, this is everything that we're supposed to not be involved in. So it's stepping back and saying, no, not me. Not me, no thank you. And it might make you unpopular. Because again, you're being different in a work situation. And you feel it, because we feel it when we're different. We're made to want to fit in. You know, that's how human beings are designed. We're designed as, you know, these kind of clan, tribal beings that we're supposed to live in groups of 50 or less. And we're supposed to be socially interactive. Now, more so than ever, we're isolated. We say we know so many people, but we don't know them face to face. And with the state of the world, it's even harder. So here we have chaos coming. It's chaos in what we want to create, in how we want to move forward, in the faith that we have in ourselves, in the doubt that we have in ourselves. And it's a bit of a mess right now. And so here in the public arena, just also be mindful of arguments for the sake of arguments. People carrying a lot of burdens, carrying a lot of upset, carrying a lot of upheaval, and then it just spewing out because they need to release it one way or another. And because they see the light of your heart shining, they see that there's something about you that's different, that stands out, that doesn't have you kind of blending into the herd, they're going to want to dump on you because it's just going to be easier. We become students of our prosperity, but we also are going to see how this being different and how this chaos affects our memories from when we were little, affects our coping mechanisms, affects our, understanding within ourselves, what we desire, what we want, what we need. The Page of Pentacles is us becoming students of what's important to us. Because Capricorn, that's how we work. Earth sign energy looks at what's important, what's valuable, what has weight, what has substance. And then says, okay, this is me. This is what I want. This is what I need from my life. We are becoming students of that, but we're also looking at who we were when we were little. What did we desperately want? Did we desperately want our parents, our caregivers to stop fighting? For things to be calm and nice? Did we think, oh, if I'm just good enough, if I'm just kind enough, if I'm just, behave well enough, or, even if I act out, if they start paying attention to me and not to each other, will that make things better? What were our coping mechanisms? What did we do to escape? And what did we do to try and smooth over everything? The Page of Pentacles is us being a student of our prosperity, but also of what we have held onto that has kept us from being prosperous, from seeing our worth, from seeing our bounty, and from seeing the power that is within us. So let's look deeper. How is it that Capricorn is standing out? How is it that Capricorn is standing out? How is it that Capricorn is standing out? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. The High Priestess. You're seeing beyond the veil of people's lies, people's nonsense, people's, desires for them to be seen as truths or as powerful. It's like, no, I see you. I see you for the person you are, not for the person that you want to be. That's very unnerving. I see beyond the veil. And I'm not willing to walk backwards. I'm not willing to walk back to that world. I was just thinking about the world I inhabited before fully embracing the tarot. And it was such a sad world. It was such an overwhelming and petty world. And that's what the High Priestess is giving me. It's really giving me this sense of what was before. We saw the spiritual truth of it. We saw the complexity of it. We saw the beauty of the world. But also the overwhelming knowledge that comes with it. What veils have been lifted from Capricorn's eyes? What veils have been lifted from Capricorn's eyes? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. That you can't walk your path. It's the fool. That you're foolish for wanting to hear the call of your angels. That you're foolish for wanting to move forward in majesty and mystery and beauty and understanding. There's a sense here that we are always afraid of being left at, of being called the fool. But every single, and I know I say this all the time, so you can roll your eyes if you want to, but every single person, every single hero is a fool before they are a hero. Every single innovator is foolish. What are you doing? What do you mean you're going to do this and not, and not do the steady, tried and true path? Anybody who goes against the norm is a foolish person until they succeed. And then they were ingenious. Let your genius shine. Look at your truths, look at your strengths openly and honestly. Talk with somebody if you need to, a professional, a spiritual guide, to be able to work out what is needed, what is desired, where it is that you long to be and why you long to be there. Open up the door. Start to see. Start to transform. And let yourself be brave in doing so. It brings us then to why. What do we have to be discerning about? What energy does Capricorn need to be discerning about? What energy does Capricorn need to be discerning about? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Overcompensating. Okay, so what it is that we have the pauper's energy of the Five of Pentacles. It's saying, I'm poor, I'm worthless, I'm always going to be out in the cold, I'm never going to be able to get to where it is that I want to be. The Knight of Pentacles is like, I'll be damned if I'm going to stand out in the cold for the rest of my life. I'm fighting, I'm succeeding, I'm striving, I'm achieving. This is us. We're knights. We're fighting against this pauper mentality. But what is it within us that is making us think that I can't? Is it how we were raised? Were there always fights about money? Was it when we got into a relationship and there were always fights about money? Or snide little comments about money? What is it that is holding us back from the place that we want to be, from the place that we need to be, from what we long for within our hearts? Why do we have the pauper's mentality? Because the pauper's mentality is this sense of, I'm not worthy. What don't we think we're worthy of? And what are we trying so hard to fight against? But this is a deep-seated, like a dark little rotten seed within us that grows, but it grows broken glass and shattered dreams. What is it that we need to look at and say, okay, fine, I see you. Like, I see you and I don't want to see you. I see you and you're ugly. Like, it's ugly within us. But and I've been fighting against it, and I needed to fight against it for so long. But now what I need to do is stop fighting. It's like running away from your own shadow. It doesn't work. You run away from your own shadow, it's always right behind you. The Knight of Pentacles is when we turn that horse around and we say, what the heck are you still doing here? What the hell, pretty much. What is going on? Why are you here? Why are you haunting me? Why can't I have this justice? Because I don't think I'm worthy of it. What makes me think that I get to leave all the doors to my house open all the time and be robbed constantly? What aren't I worthy of? And it's time to be uncomfortably real. And it moves us. It moves us to being warriors. It moves us to stop running away and start facing. So what do we learn when we stop running away and we open up our hearts? So what do we learn? What does Capricorn learn when they stop running away? What does Capricorn learn when we stop running away? What does Capricorn learn when we stop running away? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So what we learn is that the battle of the Five of Wands, which is right here in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Five of Wands, okay? The battle, it comes from inequality. This is my minor arcana justice card, all right? So it comes from not having the justice within ourselves, from getting scraps. Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is a person handing out to others, to beggars on their knees, looking up at this person and saying, oh, please give to me. That's what we're doing to ourselves. We have this beautiful, vibrant brilliance within us. We have major arcana cards, so of course it was going to be heavy. Whenever you have all major arcana cards in one section, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be real. And we have this light that needs to shine through. But because we're out of balance, we need to be discerning. We need to see the pauper mentality and how we fight against it, how we move forward from it, how we Embrace the warrior spirit, not to say I'm running away from myself, but to say I'm leveling up. You know, this is the new armor I get to put on. This is the new intensity I get to embrace. And as I do so, the Six of Pentacles, it's like I get to be prosperous. I don't get to be a beggar, and I don't get to be the one handing out the crumbs to others. I get to be the lifter. I get to be the inspirer. And I get to be inspired. And then that leads us to the Knight of Cups, defending the wisdom that comes, getting inspiration from the most unlikely of places. The seahorse is so tiny, but it is so powerful here for us. It's being inspired, it's being emboldened, it's moving forward. And that was harsh, but it was honest. And I like that. I like it when things are honest, even if it kind of like punches you in the teeth a little bit. So what is the battle that we have to be aware of for the public arena? What is the battle that we have to be aware of, that Capricorn has to be aware of for the public arena? What is the battle that Capricorn has to be aware of for the public arena? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. I like it. So what's going on here, and what Spirit was saying, is that we are creating drama within our own creative sphere, right? There's something that is saying, you're not worthy of this. And it can very well be the pauper's mentality that is at the heart, that is planted within our heart. And that is what we're eradicating. We have the King and Queen of Swords starting off. Okay, the King and Queen of Swords, they do not play around. They just don't. They're the warrior king, they're the warrior queen. It took time, it took effort, it took skill for them to be where they are, to hold these weapons and to hold these thrones. So this is a time where we can be astoundingly blunt, where we need to be more business-minded, where we need to be more open and honest with ourselves, that we have to kind of put ourselves out there, maybe more than we want to, push ourselves forward, embrace what needs to be embraced, be emboldened in a way that is fierce and determined. We need to turn away from the I can'ts and start embracing, as is at our root, with the Five of Cups here. We have to start embracing the Two of Cups that stand, the Two of Cups that are in her hands, that say, this is the healing, beautiful love. This is the unity. This is the coming together. Heal. It is time. So that comes forward. And then that leads us to being the magician. That leads us to as above, so below. As we believe it, so it becomes. If we believe, I'm just going to have to battle my whole entire life, that's going to be it. We just have to battle our whole entire life. That is going to be the hardship and pain and the burden that we carry. But if we stand before the altar of our existence and say, enough is enough, I'm utilizing my power. I'm utilizing the fact that I don't see things the same way as everybody else, and that's not a bad thing. I'm utilizing my gifts. I'm utilizing my strengths. I'm utilizing what's right for me. Instead of saying, well, you know, I want to be like this certain person, so I'm just going to change everything about me. They're more extroverted. They dress more provocatively. They always seem so confident. You know, that's what I'm going to be. So we change everything that we are, but we still have our insecurities. We still are ourselves. The magician is not saying magically become somebody else. The magician is saying own your strengths. Own how you are comfortable. It's great if something works for somebody. It really is. But let us move forward in what works for us. And this is embracing strength, determination, focus, ideas, ideals, and saying, this is my magic. Utilizing my elemental skills. Standing and calling forward my blessings. What is it? Again, what is it that Capricorn is battling? What is it that we have to be so... It's not battling, because we already asked that question, but what is it that we have to be so fierce about? Why is it that the King and Queen come forward? Because the King and Queen, this is also a soulmate connection, a true love connection. This can be somebody that we meet, that we just connect with, like business-wise. It doesn't have to be romantically. It could turn into something romantic, or because of them, we could find somebody romantic for us. But this is going to be a thing where it's like, oh, I miss this link. I miss this piece. Like, I miss this value of myself. So what is the ferocity? There we go. What is the ferocity that Capricorn needs? What is the ferocity that Capricorn needs? What is the ferocity that Capricorn needs? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide guide this reading. Two of Wands, Seven of Earth. The Two of Wands is owning the world. And that sounds arrogant, but it really is going to be, I need to own my world. And the Seven of Earth is the patience, because it's not our timing, it's divine timing that's going to be leading us forward. It's not when we want the fruit to be ripe, it's when the fruit is ripe that we can pick it. All right. To own the world and to be patient. So that's what we have to be fierce for. Let's see our spirit animal message. Capricorn, May 16th to 31st, 2021, Capricorn. Capricorn, May 16th to 31st, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The horse, watch and wait. Watch and wait. We also saw before with the messenger of cups that the seahorse is inspiring for us. Watch and wait. Watch and see how things develop. Watch and see how we progress. It will be beautiful. But it's connecting with the Seven of Earth. It's like we will not get what we want instantaneously. It's going to be a watch and wait, develop, see, connect with divinity sort of thing. Our subconscious spirit animal message is the canary spirit. Sing your own song. You're already different than everybody else. Stop trying to fit in. Stop walking backwards. Sing your own song. It moves us to our chakra message, which is clarity. Our subconscious chakra message is the third eye chakra opening, seeing things more clearly than we saw things before, seeing things more openly, seeing things more honestly. The clarity comes, and it doesn't necessarily have to be what we want to see. It's what divinity wants us to see. The blockages are falling away. It can be very overwhelming. The subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Lord. The Lord, Aries energy, which is funny because I thought you were going to get that. Here, I just kept on seeing it as I was shuffling. And so when you got the death card, that was surprising, but I'm not surprised to see it here at all. So with the Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th is the time frame. This is a person who's controlling, domineering. This is an energy that is going to be very much, you have to do things my way, and that's it. Because I said so type of energy. And that's going to be something that we are really kind of fighting against during this time. And even within ourselves, the because I said so energy, it isn't holding its weight. It moves us to the beginning of our subconscious tarot message, which is the hangman. We have to come to terms that we don't see things the same way as everybody else. And that's not bad. The subconscious tarot message then is the Two of Earth. We're balancing too much. And we're forgetting to balance ourselves. So subconsciously, it's like, yeah, okay, I can handle it. Yeah, okay, I can handle it. And then we forget to balance who we are. The subconscious tarot message for this whole entire reading is the Tower. And that was pretty clear. The foundation has been shaken. We've been pushed out of our comfort zone. It's not the same. We're seeing things very differently now. Divinity says we can't stay in this comfort zone anymore. We're being flung forward. The Tower is intense and powerful change. Not necessarily bad, but it's intense. So subconsciously, we're feeling this. We're feeling shook up. We're feeling like our nerves are on edge. And that's because we're clearing out the muck and the mire. And we're moving forward powerfully. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we rule our worlds with power and with success. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn.